collection of frozen women flowing thoughts. So here with us today is Mary, and she's going to be reading the very first monologue, Where Momma Left Off by Doc Andersen-Bloomfield. Setting: an old treehouse in rural countryside, Brownsville, Texas. Character: Dimmick, 30s to 40s. Texted: time present.
Woo-wee!
That's okay. On a staircase or a high platform or a stool representing an ancient treehouse. Dimmick is struggling to get up it. She makes it.
Woo-wee!
Sitting down on the edge, dangling her feet.
Wasn't quite sure I could make it up here again. Lordy, must be a good 20 years. My brother's treehouse. Or so he thought. Daddy told me once, girls don't climb trees, much less have their own treehouse. Them's for boys. So me, being who I am, stubborn and all, I promptly claimed that treehouse for my own. Climbed it proudly every day. Mama named me Tinda, Kickapoo for fire. Well, she's she was. Told me females need strong names if they's gonna make it in this life. Turns out she was right. Again. I brought a lot of books up here. Enjoyed family life from afar. Worked out better that way. Leastways for my family. Ain't too much to see from up here. Brownsville, Texas was not known for a lot back then, and it seems they've kept up the proud tradition. Nothing but dry land, brown grass, scrub brush, and the good old Rio Grande River. And a whole lot of brown folks trying to get across. Trying to get to freedom, a life without hunger or fear, I suppose. I mean, most of them didn't know how to swim back then. Didn't stop them, though. Hell, it ain't stopping them now, even though it's 1,000 times worse. I mean, now they take their babies off you, plunk them in cages, put them on a plane to nowhere. Not even a name tag on some of them. Now I hear they's writing numbers on their arms. Numbers on their arms. Sometimes we found them drowned. Once, I was about 12, and I seen this pregnant woman on the river in a homemade raft of sorts, and she was with a youngin', and they was sinking. And the woman saw me looking from up here, and she cried out in Spanish to help her. Well, I shimmied down my treehouse as fast as I could, and I went running to Daddy to tell him. Well, he looked exasperated, because I'd stopped his work, and he said, "Dimmick, you're not to mind them wetbacks, you hear? Look the other way. It's none of our business." And then he started his tractor back up. I watched him ride out past the artichoke crop and saw all them migrants working out there and wondering if they were looking the other way like Dad. That was the time I learned right quick, then and there. Don't tell Daddy. Go find Mama. Wetbacks is what most folks used to call them then. They had a load of unkind names. Greasers, beaners, pepper bellies, sorts of nasty names. Now, my brother, who I ain't seen in years, leastways since the funeral last week, he still has quite a vocabulary on him. He too subscribes to that daddy philosophy. You're not to mind, look the other way, and it's none of our business. Translation, ain't it good to not be like them brown people? Anyway, I run to Mama in the house, and I tell her that the wetbacks is sinking in the Rio and one of them's pregnant. Mama puts down the wash, and she moves fast like down the yard and over the field to where my treehouse stands on the bank of the river. She looks. She sees what's happening. She answers the woman in Spanish, takes off her shoes and her skirt, and she jumps into the river. Now she's out there a ways when she looks back at me. She's dog paddling away. Tender May! Yes, Mama. You forgotten how to swim? No. Well then, get your sweet ass out here, girl. Yes, ma'am. We saved them that day. I took the child and Mama put her arm around the neck of that pregnant woman and began swimming slowly back to the bank. And it wasn't easy. I'm here to tell you, that woman was heavy. It took some doing to get them up on the bank. And Mama made sure she was all right, and the child. And then finally, when she caught her breath, she looked directly into my eyes. Tender May, she said quietly, don't you ever let me hear you call them wetbacks again. They's human, you hear? Yes, ma'am. And after that, I had a whole new perspective on Mama. Oh, Mama, I am surely going to miss you. You never looked the other way. After that day, you was a giant in my head and heart. My brother is right pleased that they's going to build a border wall down the bottom of the property. He thinks. The border patrolmen, they's everywhere now. Copters are up in the air buzzing. You can't find no privacy on your own land. Leastways, the pickers we hired. Never seen so much as a policeman around here during my growing up years. And if there was, he'd probably been down at the Whataburger in town, where the burgers and shakes are free if you are the right color and wear a badge. My brother is furious with me right now. After Daddy left the farm to Mama a few years back, she took over. It was like she was waiting to be in charge. She had new housing built for the migrant pickers with plumbing and real running water, and she raised their pay. Soon enough, lots of folks were looking to work here. Then she started turning a real good profit. She was right proud of herself. I was proud of her too. Last week, we had the reading of her will. She left the whole damn farm to me. Now that was a surprise right there. And I was going to share it with that fool I call a brother. But then I started listening to him. And listening. And listening. I refuse to allow the border police on my property now. I've even signed a petition. A couple of them. I'm going to a meeting with the like-minded. Not that there's many around these parts. I'm taking over where Mama left off. You was a Goliath to my David, Mama, and I will carry on for you. From now on, I am looking directly at what matters, because it is my business.